and I took a break. Welcome back. I hope everyone's had a nice holiday season. I took a break mostly because I've had a hectic past year and I started a new job this week, so I just wanted to relax and start the new year fresh. So I did that, but of course that one time I have a lot of extra time, I got sick, and that's very unusual for me. Like if I get sick, maybe it's like 1 or 2 days and then I'm fine. But now I was sick for over a week, so I didn't really do much other than knit. And that's pretty good because I've been slowly working through my spin to mortar stash and finishing up this really nice cardigan. It's very simple and it just has like a cable along the edges there, but because this is hand spun, it's a lot more interesting. Like it gives it very nice uneven texture, and I like that. I actually like that. So I'm more or less halfway done. Maybe I'll be finished this month. But other than that, I have not started a new project, and during that week when I was sick, of course, I did what every knitter should not do, and I put my husband's Christmas present in the dryer, and look what happened. It shrunk and felted. Merry Christmas to him. So that was a fail. I was very sad and disappointed when this happened. He just had a good laugh, but it was unfortunate. And I've also been doing a lot of thinking about what sort of things I want to create this year and what sort of videos I want to make. Because it occurred to me that I could make videos or things just for the sake of making a YouTube video, but I don't want to get into that. Like the things that I make, I want to make them for myself because they're functional, or if I'm making a gift or something like that. I don't want to make content just to make content. I think that's very draining and for me a little bit wasteful, because time is the most precious resource I have, actually. And when I do something, I want to do it because I'm enjoying it, and it will just happen so that I share that time and that process with the internet, and some people will like it and some people won't, but it will be what it will be. The main goal is that I will be able to enjoy myself, and if I manage to create a community here, that would make me happy, because not a lot of people around me do what I do or craft the same way that I craft, so it would be nice to surround myself with people of similar interests. So that's what I would like. I don't want to accumulate things that I make that I never use. That is a big no for me. So in this coming year, I think I will be making a lot of work garments, mostly because the office is cold and I will be doing a lot of work traveling. So I would like to make pieces that I can use at work, not just at home. So that will require that, I put a bit more attention to detail, because they have to look nice, I have to be able to wear them, not like, okay, I made something horrible and then I'm embarrassed to wear it out in public. No, it has to be something nice, right? Or something that I would be comfortable wearing that is also functional. And many of the things are probably not going to be like garments, but there could be things around my home. I want to get a bit more into woodworking this year, so we'll see if I have the time for that. I have a soft spot for leather work. I have ambitions of one time making myself a nice leather work bag, but that's way into the future. We shall see. Okay, I'm rambling. Let's get to the point of this conversation, and that's functionality. Now, I said I started a new job, and with many of these new places, you most likely need an access card, and then you get something like this. So this is what I have. And it occurred to me, because I had made this shuttle in my previous video for card weaving, it occurred to me that I could make a band and use that instead of this black thing here. But then I realized, well, I already have a band, so why not use what I have, which is this here. I made this over a year ago, I don't remember, and then I made a mistake there, but then it continues. And then the back, it's not the same, but the pattern isn't too bad. And for sure it is more than enough. I even have like extra tail here. So I am thinking I will do that. And that's actually kind of fun because I enjoy tablet weaving, but then sometimes I wonder, okay, what are you going to use it for? Are you just going to be collecting bands? One other very useful application for these bands, it's like if you have a pet, like a dog or something, you can make a really thick one of sturdy material and make like a dog collar or like even a leash or something like that. But I don't have a dog, unfortunately, so that idea is out the window. But I could later in the future make multiple variations that I could use for my card holder, right? So I think that's actually fun. Now let's see if I can actually put this together. Okay, I hope that it'll be as simple as me joining the ends together here and then just sewing it shut, but let's see. This has a plastic holder here. I don't want that. And now I wonder if I'll be able to fit the whole band through this gap there. Or do I want it on the side? Let's not complicate it. This is wool, very thin wool, and usually I find that if you do tablet weaving with cotton, it goes a lot smoother, especially if it's the first time you try tablet weaving, because when you're twisting the cards towards the end of your work, the threads start to stick to each other, and because the wool has like lots of little hairs sticking out from the sides, then it's a lot more difficult to untangle them than if you just had like a smooth cotton. It's much easier to handle. But of course I think that woven bands with wool look a lot better. but that's just me. Okay, let's see. I had plenty of extra there, and I'm already fearing that. No, it fits. It fits. Okay, how am I gonna do this? First of all, I think the band in itself is way too long. You see, I have all this excess. But I don't want to cut it from here, because I want to be able to exchange the band easily. But I don't want this plastic here either. Maybe I'll just have to like force this string through here and make a little braid or something that I can undo should I want to change the band. Okay, let's try it out. I mean, this, if not now, then never, and this string here is way too long anyway, so either do or don't. It took a bit of patience, but I have managed to fit one end through the loop there. And I'm thinking that it's probably good enough if I undo this braid and then just make a really tight braid in the end. And then the braid end will always be on the back. That might work. Let's try. I don't want to cut this extra thread until I know that I'm not going to need it. It would be nice to have a clip while reading this. Ouch. Yeah. It's pretty chunky braid, but I suppose. Okay, so what's that end? Oh, looks a little bit long actually. Let's see. Okay, it's actually a little bit too long. I wanna make it a tad bit shorter. Well, actually, the easiest way to make this a tad bit shorter without making it way too complicated is to close it shut from maybe here, maybe using some string, and then this will be like extra loose material, but then obviously this is way too long. I for sure need to make this a lot shorter. I mean, I could sew it shut from here, but then I'll have a harder time replacing this, and then if this plastic part breaks, then that was that. Okay, first things first, let's put a string around here. I have 4 cream colored, well, this is actually more white, cream colored white colors. Oh, I think this one will do. Okay, let's see. I think I will pass the thread back and forth along this line and then leave or braid the tail or the leftover with the rest of this. That way, if I end up replacing the band, then I can easily remove that string as well. So let's see here. I think it's a good distance. This is quite sturdy string, so I don't need to double it up. But then, no, I'll start from the bottom, work my way up and then down. Let's see, like this. That's all right. I'm actually happy with that. Okay, let's make a braid. Maybe I'll make three braids. Then I can make small knots at the end and maybe they'll come out a bit more compact. Yes. Now there will be this excess at the back, so let's see if it looks all right. I mean, I don't mind if it hangs like this. It's just part of the design. But yeah, that looks pretty good to me. And the more I look at my mistake here, the more I actually like it. It looks like water and the dragons are coming out of it. So there you go. If you ever wonder what you should do with your woven bands and you need one of these, well, here's one possible solution. And there's many free patterns online, and you can even make your own. So speaking about the new year and my intentions to making more leather works, I thought I would show you what I have made so far. The first thing is this A5 leather cover for my personal planner. It took a bit of trial and error because this is the first time I've made something like this, but basically it's an A5 and I've punched a hole in the middle and then few holes on the side. It has 3 holes, but now I'm only using 2, and it basically holds a folder and an A5 planner. And I've been using this for a couple of months actually, but it's only now that I'm showing it. And it has a Muji planner, which looks something like this. It has a monthly overview and it's undated, so basically I can use it the following year. Then it has the days of the week and a blank page. And it's nice because how I use it is that I list all the things I have to do during the week, and then as the week progresses, I plan out when I can do those things. And if I know that something else is coming later on in the future, then I can write it in a list here, and then I'll get to it when I get to it. Now, the nice thing about this Muji paper, if you're into fountain pens, is that it works really nice with fountain pens. Like, it does not bleed through that bad, so I quite enjoy this a lot, and it's not that expensive compared to some of the other like stationery cult products. So that's that. And then I've also made a pen sleeve. Now this is the first time I make something like this, so it could probably, the finishing could probably be a bit better, but it's nice and functional because then I can just put any of like my nicer pens in here and then throw it in my bag with my notebook or journal, and that's that. So this has been rather handy, and this is just practice to the future, my future project. I would really like to make a work bag or something like that, but I need a lot more practice. Now these things were made with scrap leather, so it wasn't that expensive, but if I were to get like nice leather for a nice bag, then obviously that would be a lot more pricey. But the upside is that a bag like that is basically forever compared to my other bags that are like, you know, they don't last and they look ugly and you can't even wash them. Once you wash them, that was that. Alright guys, this was a bit of a random video, but it was necessary nonetheless. It's always nice with a catch-up to summarize what is going on and what you should expect in the following months. Now, I have not made up my mind about my next project. I do have all of the silk that I got last year that I would really like to spin, and I would really love to make a beautiful garment that would make me feel extra fancy. But I haven't decided on the pattern, and I really want to get it right because silk is fancy and silk is expensive, and we gotta make it count. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.